Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? It's your boy AB. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever parts of the world you guys are at. I just wanted, today was such a crazy day. I've watched Twitter go on a rampage. I seen Errol Spence, Bud Crawford go at it on Twitter for like the last 2 days or so, the last 48 hours about who's ducking who, the wrong side of the street, and whatnot. Like, that's crazy. I seen the interview with Tim Bradley today. He did an interview with some guy. I think it's like Copy Live. I don't remember the channel. Um, I seen what he said about. He basically clapped back at Danny Garcia's response about him calling out him basically get out of retirement to fight Errol Spence. I seen the Twitter war between Antonio Brown, Logan Paul. Don't forget tomorrow we have Jake Paul give press conference in LA. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but I got somebody going for me. Shout out to my guy Rolando. He'll be out there for me. Um, yeah, man, this shit dope. This shit dope as fuck. You know what I mean? I want to start out by commenting on Timothy Bradley's response about you know why the fights can't be made. With all due respect, Timothy Bradley, you show me nothing but the utmost respect. Every time I see you, every time I interview you and whatnot, I'm not here to pick a side. I'm not here to pretend, but I'm gonna give you what I honestly think about what's going on. Number one, I'm never gonna take away your your breakdowns and predictions and how you view a fight stylistically. And if you think that Errol Spence might get knocked out by Bud Crawford, that's fine. That's your entitlement. You know what I mean? I will never question your take because you're a former two division world champion for a reason. You feel me? And have you had breakdowns and predictions wrong? Yeah, of course. It's part of the game. That's why I follow boxing the way it is because when you feel like you got one answer, it goes another route. So you know what I mean. I just feel like you mentioned how in the interview that Errol Spence, you think Errol Spence is a good fighter, is a great fighter, but that when he fights Bud, it's gonna be a different story. That you think Bud is the best fighter in 147. Completely fine. I'm okay with it. Um, I really got nothing to say against that aspect. Your take on that, right? But for you to say he'll knock out Errol Spence, man, like I just seen one of the comments on the chat. How can you say Bud Crawford is gonna knock out Errol Spence when Errol Spence didn't get knocked out by a car accident? He survived the car accident. You feel me? He survived a horrific accident, and if that couldn't stop Errol Spence, what makes you think a fighter that's not gonna be heavier than Errol Spence come fight night? He's not gonna knock him out. Now, do I see Bud possibly winning that fight? Yes, I do. Am I gonna pick him to beat Errol Spence? No. Um, I do say I want to see Errol Spence first fight after the accident. Um, I want to see if the old Errol Spence is, are we still going to see the same Errol Spence, or are we going to see a different Errol Spence in terms of um, more vulnerable? I mean, maybe his body's not the same. Like, I want to see that fight first before I could fully confirm on the Spence beating Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? And for him to say, oh, well, if Wilder and Fury could be made, why can't Spence and Crawford be made? You know, you make a semi-valid point. Yes, the fight did get made. Top Rank and PBC are working together, but let's not forget that when Fury fought Wilder the first time, Top Rank had no involvement with that. No involvement. It was strictly PBC in-house show in America. Wilder, Wilder fought Fury, and many thought Wilder was going to beat Fury because of Fury's inactivity, him coming back to the game, him drastically losing weight and whatnot. Now, the only reason why that fight's even being made the second time was the outcome, because Fury was winning. People were thrilled about the story. Wilder caught him, and Fury had that it moment. You feel me? He had the it moment where he gravitated to the audience. You know what I mean? With 300, I think was it 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Like it was the outcome that made people want to see that shit again. You feel me? And when that fight was gonna originally be made again, it was gonna be a only PBC show on Showtime. But you know, Fury banked on himself. He looked at his work and he went to Top Rank. So that's the only reason why that fight's being made, because Top Rank and PBC knows there's gonna be money to be made, and you know, for them to be signed a contract for the third one, there's no point for the third one. There's really no point for the third one. You know what I mean? Like, winner of this fight, people are not gonna buy it unless it's like another controversial draw or whatever. But you know, I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, Timothy Bradley, you've been fortunate. You feel me? You've been fortunate, and you've been deserving of 3 Pacquiao fights during your time in Top Rank. You know, I remember when you fought Lamar Peterson. I remember who else you fought. Lamar Peterson fought Pacquiao. You know, I will never forget that fight with Ruslan Pronadnikov. You fought Brandon Rios. You fought Juan Manuel Marquez. I will never take that away from you. But if you're gonna be here out here saying, um, you know, the best gotta fight the best, then you could have taken an L and just fought Pacquiao twice or even once, and you could have been like, you know what, I'm tired of fighting Pacquiao. I don't want to fight him anymore. Let me fight the Keith Thurmans of the world, the Danny Garcias of the world, or Amir Khan at the time, or you know, you could have taken it. You could have been your own testimony to your own statements against Danny Garcia and whatnot. That's all I'm saying. Um, the only thing I will, you know, the only thing I could give you credit for, Tim Bradley, because I know this for a fact. I've been informed about this in a phone call. I know for a fact 2014, 2015, you was supposed to fight Keith Thurman. You was supposed to fight Keith Thurman, and unfortunately the fight got turned down. So I will say that not a lot of people know what was supposed to be discussed and what was supposed to happen. You was supposed to fight Keith Thurman. It was very close to happening, but it didn't happen. So, you know, for people to bash you that, you know, you're just talking because you're retired, nah. You know what I mean? You did your thing. You fought the best available fighters at Top Rank. Will you be remembered? You will be remembered for all the wars you've been in. You know what I mean? Especially the Pronadnikov fight. That's the one that's going to always make me remember about you. Honestly. Honestly. That's me. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'll end the Tim Bradley saga here. We'll leave for another day. Spence Crawford, it's not gonna happen. 2021 is gonna happen. I'll tell you that much right now. And Logan Paul versus Antonio Brown, former NFL player, played for the Steelers, played for the Patriots, got released. As of right now, he's not doing anything crazy. He's probably just living life, chilling. I met him once at the Tank fight, and when he was supposed to fight Abner Maris, and he fought was it Flores? I don't remember. Flores Cruz. I don't remember which one of the Hispanic fighters. Um, I didn't really recognize Antonio Brown at the time with the hair. I don't know. I just didn't recognize him. And then Logan Paul, had a great year. He invested in himself. He reinvented himself. Reinvent himself. Sorry, he reinvented himself. He took a chance on himself. He went from amateur to professional boxing. He is 0-1 right now in professional boxing. But I think he's been impressing enough at boxing. I think he was more fundamentally sound and technical, more gifted, I think, than KSI. I think those 2 points did cost him, which made him lose that fight. But I thought Logan won. If you didn't get the point, I thought Logan won. Logan has shown me that when dedicated and with with confidence, I think he lands beautiful shots. That one uppercut I seen when he fought KSI, beautiful. I've never seen a beautiful. I mean, I was surprised because not a lot of people can master that type of uppercut at a young in their careers, especially this late in the career. With Logan Paul never really growing up with boxing. Never did the sport as a kid, besides the wrestling. Honestly, the zone has to act up. They got to step up. They got to make this fight. Antonio Brown versus Logan Paul. It makes sense because now the zone, it's in every business model. Any business, any fast food chain, any sneaker brand, anything in regards to selling a product, you have to stand out. You got to provide something different that any other competition don't have. And honestly, the zone being involved with this YouTube boxing slash mainstream boxing, I want to call it now. That's what's making them different. This is what is gonna make people be drawn to the zone. People are gonna tune in, and in this fight, this Twitter rant is is validating through the big platform. TMZ posting about it, blogging about it. ESPN wrote a post on it. They posted on IG, they're writing about it, about the potential fight. Then you have betting odds already talking about Logan Paul being the favorite, Antonio Brown being the underdog. Like, people are bought in, and Antonio Brown never stepped foot in an actual ring, like, in a fight, inside the ring. Logan Paul has stepped in the ring, but he's such a big draw that, yes, you tell me AB, but I thought you're a hardcore boxing fan. I am. You know what I mean? I've always said it. As long as you keep like these type, like if you put two fighters that don't have an advantage towards each other in terms of fighting and have the same amount of experience, around the same amount of experience, there's no handicap advantage. I'm fine with it. You guys could fight. Logan Paul could fight Justin Bieber. He could fight Casanova. Antonio Brown could fight Enes Kanter. He could fight Kobe Bryant. I don't mind that. I'm down with that. You feel me? You know what I mean? The only time I have a problem is like if I see Antonio Brown fighting the Canelos of the world or the Triple G's of the world or Deontay Wilder. Then that's when I have a problem. But Logan Paul, Antonio Brown, it's a sellable fight. The zone needs to capitalize on this. You make this fight, your subscription is going to go up based on Antonio Brown's fan base. You're also going to capitalize in getting back the Logan Paul fans that once watched this fight, even though a lot of people watch it illegally, the stream and whatnot. But just the fact that they're able to recognize the brand DAZN in America, that's a great sign. And I think if you do that for 2020, you got the Jake Paul, Anson Gibb, January 30th. If you do at least seven of these a year, it's gonna pay off. You're gonna make your money. You're gonna make it back. You're gonna make triple your money. So make that fight. And it really seems like Antonio Brown and Logan Paul really can't stand each other. You know what I mean? Logan Paul said, "I'll knock you out faster than when the Patriots dropped you." That was fucking funny. You know what I mean? And then for Antonio Brown to say, "I will knock your head off." Like, that shit's funny. I think that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? This is what entertainment brings. And boxing is entertainment. Boxing is entertainment. And before you guys say, "Oh, well, why we even want to watch this?" Floyd fought McGregor in a boxing ring. And fucking 4-5 million people watched it on pay-per-view. I think it was like second only behind only Pacquiao Floyd did better than McGregor Floyd. So if you guys were in support of McGregor coming up boxing and him making those type of money, then respect these two guys that are on the same level and want to get it down. They wanna kick each other's ass. They wanna hurt each other. Like, let's do it. I got no problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be here supporting Floyd McGregor, but y'all don't want to support this. Like, nah. Like, support this, man. This is an even playing field fight. I think this is an even fight. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Logan has one more fight, or in technicality, yeah, he has one more pro fight than Antonio Brown. Yes, he does. But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You guys should support it. If done right, if you are able to put the right fighter on this undercard, it's gonna be a huge success. All parties will benefit. Nobody's gonna be moody about it. Like, you feel me? Like, I have a problem with January 30th. for one reason. Tevin Farmer versus Jojo Diaz is it's a fucking main event fight. It's a you know what I mean. Jake Paul and Gibb. It's a yes. It's a great entertainment fight. But you know what I mean. And I like Demetrius Andre. Demetrius is my guy. But whatever. It's Keeler. I mean, I think Farmer Jojo should have been co-main event. Andre main event. Paul like third. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like in this case, you should have. But I get it. You want to keep these fans still on their seats so they could watch Andre. I get it. So I'm not mad about that. But I personally do love it. You know, this is what's gonna make the zone the be the supreme network in America. They're gonna reign supreme. They're gonna hold all bragging rights. You're doing the right thing by marketability, bringing in star power, bringing in celebrities, and fights like this. You're gonna continue to have fighters like the Gary Russells, the Charles maybe that are contemplating and joining the zone. They're gonna join because they're seeing what the brand or the network could provide for them. You know what I mean? And think about it. Look at Mikey. He's fighting Jesse Vargas, right? And Mikey's doing this fight by fight basis. Smart. You know what I mean? If Mikey really wanted to, he could have fought in this Antonio Brown versus Logan Paul on the card. He would have benefited drastically, especially with his fan base, and then to hit that market, he'll benefit drastically. I'm being real for real. I'm being fucking for real. It will benefit drastically. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a great fight. Logan Paul needs a redemption. He needs to win. You know, like I said, that KSI, he took the L. That was his biggest L of the year. You know what I mean? Because losing to KSI to his nemesis, YouTube and rival, it did hurt. It stinged him. It bothered him. You know what I mean? He's got to bounce back. If he ever wants another KSI fight, fighting Antonio Brown will be sufficient enough for you to get a deserving chance of a rematch with KSI. And if Jake Paul can't, beats Gibb but is unable to fight KSI, you beat Antonio Brown, there you go. The trilogy. People are going to buy it. So Logan Paul, I know you've been training. You're hungrier than ever. You're like challenges. Antonio Brown, if you're really about it, let's do it. I'm down for it. I'm fucking down for it. Make that fight in Pittsburgh. No, make that in New England. Fuck it. New England. I'll be down for it. You know what I mean? Like, Antonio Brown, if you're really down for it, man, like, sign the contract, man. Hit up Eddie Hearn. Let's make this happen. Logan Paul, reach out to his management. Let's make this fight happen. Because Antonio Brown ain't playing football no more. And he's still relevant. He's still a big draw. He's still a hot commodity. He's still big. People still talk about him in the news. So let's make this fight happen, guys. What do you guys think about this? Logan Paul and Tony Brown, potential pro boxing fight. Eddie Hearn's gonna pick this shit up. He's gonna get involved in this fight. The Zone's gonna get involved in this fight. There's no other network that's gonna invest in this fight because the Zone is the innovators. They're the ones that started this in terms of going into getting these fighters to go pro, take this shit seriously, the training camp. Like, the Zone. This is a smart business move. And if you guys are not understanding the business model, then, it's on you guys. But Logan Paul versus Antonio Brown, let's get it. Let's make this happen. I want to see it. I want to see all the stars pop out. I want to see a knockout. I want to see somebody. I want to see the NFL fanboys against the YouTube fanboys. I want them to go at it. I want them to throw shades at each other. I want to be passionate about their respective fighter. I want this. I want it to happen. So what you guys think? Logan Paul and Tony Brown. What you guys think about Timothy Bradley saying Bud Crawford knocks out Errol Spence? I don't think he does. He won't knock out Errol Spence, but he could beat Errol Spence. But I don't know. There's a lot of things we could detail on. But yeah, don't forget tomorrow on DAZN, on Matchroom, any live streaming platforms. Jake Paul, Anson Gibbs press conference in LA. Take care, guys. Hope to see y'all soon. And just comment down below what you guys want me to talk about. I'm down for anything. I'm going to have more videos soon for y'all. Peace, guys.